Boxing Truth here. Terence Crawford and his fanboys are in for a surprise when he fights Jeff Horn sometime in 2018. Jeff Horn is keen on the matchup, cannot wait to prove the doubters wrong, cannot wait to shut up the Crawford fanboys. Horn's not going to beat Crawford like he did Manny Pacquiao. He's actually going to beat him worse. It's going to be a definitive win. It won't be controversial. It will be a definitive outcome. And Jeff Horn is going to prove to the boxing world that Terence Crawford is just an overrated hype job that's been privileged, that's been getting more recognition than he deserves. What has Terence Crawford done to warrant this type of praise, to say that he's going to make easy work of Jeff Horn? What has Crawford done in his career to say that he'll move up and beat the #1 welterweight in the world with ease? Will make easy work, according to all these experts, these so-called boxing writers that think they know the sport simply because they watch it and never participated, never had an ounce of sparring, never had an amateur bout. What has Crawford done in his career to say that he makes easy work of Jeff Horn? Well, because he knocked out some hand-picked, blown-up lightweights, because he won vacant straps against unworthy contenders, because he beat up a wasteman in John Molina, because he knocked out Julius Ndongo, who's his best win in terms of the actual result. The best fighter he's fought is Postal, but he couldn't dominate Postal, couldn't knock him out either. If you truly watched the fight and now we're influenced by the HBO commentating, the punch stats, Tony Weeks incompetent, corrupted officiating it for that fight as well. Crawford's done nothing to warrant this type of confidence that he's just going to move up in weight in his first fight and destroy Jeff Horn. It's going to be a real fight. It's going to be a fight that answers a lot of questions about Crawford's career. This fight's going to define Terence Crawford's career. I mean, don't get me wrong. If Crawford knocked out Denis Shavikov, if he knocked out Peter Petrov, if he knocked out Francis Barthélemy, if he knocked out Sergey Lipnitz, shit, if he even knocked out Adrian Broner, I'd be a lot more impressed instead of the opponents that he's knocked out. Knocking out bum-ass Hank Lundys and Derry Johns in the world don't impress Boxing Truth. If he knocked out and beaten the guys that I mentioned, then yeah, maybe he gets this type of praise, maybe he gets this type of confidence that he's just going to move up in weight and destroy Jeff Horn. But let me tell you something right now. If this fight takes place in Australia, which is most likely, it looks very likely that's the place, the setting that's going to be for this fight, Terence Crawford won't leave Australia with Jeff Horn's WBO strap. Bob Arum is concerned. Hopes Terence Crawford could win the fight. Not really sure he could win the fight, since he views Jeff Horn as the strongest welterweight in the world. Jeff Horn just may be too strong for Terence Crawford, too confident, and much more battle-tested compared to Terence Crawford. Crawford has had no challenges. Not really. He's never fought someone on equal terms. Never fought someone on an even playing field. He's had everything handed to him when it comes to HBO dick riding him, the fans dick riding him, the media dick riding him. That's why people view him as #1 pound for pound. They're giving it to him when he hasn't earned it. I can't wait till the fight. Perhaps Manny Pacquiao will fight the winner. That's looking like the plan. Have Terence Crawford fight Jeff Horn. Bob Arum is making sure the belt doesn't leave the stable. Has options on Gary Corcoran if he can somehow pull off the upset, but most likely he won't. Corcoran ain't gonna beat Jeff Horn. So Terence Crawford, you're waiting in the wings. You're gonna go to Australia, get a little feel of what's the atmosphere is going to be like. Bob Arum's going to do whatever it takes to put this fight in Las Vegas in order to protect you, in order to give you a better chance of defeating Jeff Horn in your first welterweight bout in what will be a world title fight in your first bout in the division. But if I'm Jeff Horn's team, I'll say hell no. Fuck Las Vegas. Either pay me what you can pay. Pay me more compared to what I can get in Australia, then maybe I'll come over. But why go out to Las Vegas when they're going to use hand-picked Nevada American officials that will put Jeff Horn at a disadvantage to fight a black American fighter on American soil with American judges, corrupt Nevada officials as well? That's a dumb move by Jeff Horn's team if they take that bait. Jeff Horn is going to flex his A-side status in this bout. The Queensland government are going to put a lot of money in the pot and sweeten the deal for Terence Crawford to actually consider come over to Australia to fight Jeff Horn. Crawford will most likely get a better purse to fight Jeff Horn in Australia. And Jeff Horn will arrange neutral officials. According to WBO rules, neutral officials will be in place for the fight against Terence Crawford on Australian soil. It's hard to get a decision against Jeff Horn in Australia. Just ask Manny Pacquiao. There were neutral officials in place for that bout as well, but if you ask me, those officials could have been very well corrupted. Just look at the one score Jeff Horn got. 117, 111. Pacquiao only won 3 rounds? Definitely not. But Crawford, you in for a surprise. Keep underestimating Jeff Horn. Keep thinking you're gonna make easy work of him. All you fanboys keep thinking your boy's gonna just go up there and steamroll Jeff Horn, cause y'all guys are gonna be in for a surprise. And Crawford, one more thing. You say you're gonna show Jeff Horn why Manny Pacquiao picked Horn to fight instead of yourself. That's not necessarily accurate of what you're saying. He didn't pick Jeff Horn because he thought he was easier work instead of fighting you. He settled for Jeff Horn since it was the biggest option on the table for him. He tried to make a more lucrative fight, Manny Pacquiao did, against Khan, but the fight couldn't get over the line since they couldn't come up with the funds to make the bout happen in somewhere in the Middle East. But he settled for Jeff Horn because they put more money on the table to fight him. You didn't show Manny Pacquiao the money. You didn't show him enough money for the fight to take place. That's why the fight didn't happen. He couldn't make money fighting off you. Manny Pacquiao is a prize fighter, especially at this stage of his career. He ain't gonna fight nobody for peanuts. Not gonna take pay cuts just to fight your ass. So he fought Jeff Horn because he brought more money to the table. Got a bigger purse to go to Australia than to fight your ass in Las Vegas, since you can only draw 50K pay-per-view buys. Get the story straight, brother. Manny Pacquiao would have fought you easily if he was able to generate the type of money he wanted. If it was any money for that fight, the fight would have happened. But you're just not a big enough name, not a big enough draw, not even a big enough name to perhaps entice Jeff Horn to come over to Las Vegas to fight you. Well, you'll have a much better chance with officials from your own country. You're gonna be in for a surprise, dog. Jeff Horn just might be too strong for you, and you definitely ain't gonna leave Australia with Jeff Horn's WBO strap. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.